All right, everybody, TDR here. Today we're going to take a look at the DJI Osmo Pocket, which is right here. Very nice. This is a very, very nice camera. Now, this video is not a demonstration video. This is more of an opinion video. It comes in this box right here. Here's the instructions. It has a bunch of different languages, and there's little covers over the camera. It has this real nice case that has the charge pass-through in there. Real nice build quality on this thing. Very nice. You just hit that button to turn it on, and it's ready to go. It shoots some really nice video. To work the menus, it's real simple. You just slide these little sliders this way and that way. There's video, slow-mo, time-lapse. Then you slide it again to pick your resolutions and your timing for the time-lapse. Then you go down. Then it has your settings here, your calibration. To do that, you just sit it on a level surface, hit the calibration button. It'll go through the whole 3-axis and do that. Then you have your auto shut off. Then over here, you have your files. It has no files on there. I deleted them already. Just hit OK, and then slide it up. And then you can set your the follow. Now, listen, you keep it on the fast follow. What I found out is the slow follow is too slow. So they might update that with the firmware. I'm sure I'm not the only one that noticed that. And then here you can tilt the camera back and forth. And then if you want the follow mode, the tilt lock, or the FPV mode. So you got all three modes there. Then the recenter, and like I said, the slow follow is too slow. Okay, it's too slow. Now, that being said, this is a very nice camera. Okay, it has a really nice build quality to it. Real nice. But what I'm calling this is DJI's version of the free-to-play game. That's what I'm going to recognize this thing as, okay? And if you don't know what a free-to-play game is, a free-to-play game is a game that a publisher will give you for free. But to actually do anything in the game, you have to buy stuff. You know, you need a gun, okay, $5, you can have a gun. Okay, you need a new uniform, okay, you need a pair of shoes, okay, there's another $5. And then they nickel and dime you with the add-ons. And that's exactly what DJI is doing with this. Because I can see that their price point on this at $349, to me, in my opinion, is pretty low. And I think that their margin on this thing is so small that they had to come up with this idea of the free-to-play game. I think that's the reason they actually did this. Is because what they were going to have to price this at to make a decent profit was going to be probably about $599. I think they priced this thing at this $349 so that they could, get you to buy all this stuff that has real high margins. Like, for instance, this thing that I just bought for $50. Actually, it was $70 with the shipping. It's the wheel. And that slides in there like that. And then that way you can tilt the camera and you can reverse the camera with one button without going into the menu. And it reverses, and you slide the button this way and it'll reverse one way, and then you slide the button this way and it goes up and down or left and right. Pans. Okay, that thing's pretty cool. But there's another $50. And then they got your holders and all that stuff. Believe me, to get the full functionality of this thing, you're going to wind up spending the $600 or $700. Okay, let's get that clear right off the bat. They're going to have the waterproof case. That's going to be $50. Then the stand, that's another $30. And then The Wi-Fi adapter, don't even get me started on that thing. Okay, what device in 2019 or 2018 does not have Wi-Fi? Okay, doorknobs have Wi-Fi. Everything in the world has Wi-Fi built into it, except this thing. Okay, here, let me give you a couple of examples of things that have Wi-Fi. You see this thing? This is a PSP-1. This is the original. This was released in 2004. It has Wi-Fi. This has all kinds of Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi works great on this thing. I have the couple other versions, but this is the original. I wanted to give you the 2004 version. This has Wi-Fi, okay? This is the PlayStation TV. This came out in 2013, I believe. This has Wi-Fi. And then this thing, one of the biggest turds in the history of gaming, the Ouya console. This came out at the same time the PlayStation TV did. This has Wi-Fi built in. It also has a LAN connector too. But it has Wi-Fi. So they're going to sit there and gouge you for $50 for this thing to have Wi-Fi. Are you kidding me? Right? That's the part about this thing that really grinds on my last nerve. Is that they're going to charge you $50 for you to be able to have Wi-Fi. And it's not going to be... You have to plug it into the bottom. So then that makes it more bulky. Okay, I mean, that's, okay, and then they got this thing. Okay, let me get on this now. I'm not complaining too much. I still like the camera, don't get me wrong. And most of the stuff on here I notice you can do without using this extra head. So you plug in this phone adapter. Then you plug the phone on to this monstrosity, okay? See, once you do this, then it's no longer DJI Pocket. No, it's no longer Osmo Pocket. It's Osmo non-Pocket. Okay? This completely... I don't even know what to say about this thing. Okay? This is... Are you kidding me? This takes all of the portability away from the whole thing. I will never use this phone and walking around with this thing with this phone. I don't care about Mimo, Shmimo, whatever the hell that app's called. I could care less. Okay, they could shove that right there. Period. Yeah, so that's basically about what my opinion is of this thing. It's a great piece of hardware, but they didn't want to charge what they needed to charge going out the door. So they decided to go with the free-to-play model, okay? And that's the way I see it. You know, well, they give you a strap too. Who cares? And a USB cord. So that's what they did. They kept the price as low as they could, and then they figured they'll make their profit back on all these accessories, which are going to be high-margin accessories, pieces of plastic with a little chip in there, because they weren't going to be able to put this thing out at the price point they wanted with all the features in it. So that's my opinion on why they did that. And now we're going to get to the other part of the video, which is going to be talking about the GoPro. Everybody's doing these comparisons, you know, the GoPro Hero 7 versus this. I mean, every person in the community of YouTube has a video comparing these. I'm not going to do that, okay? I'm not wasting my time. Because to me, it's not even fair to do that. Because they're different cameras. They're for different things. The GoPro, you know, I did that video last week of the Osmo Pocket mounted in the car, and I was driving down the road, and I purposely didn't comment. I just played music in there. I didn't make any comments about what was going on, okay? And I just let the people roll down there with the comments, and then I just watched the comments back later. But if you would have read through all the comments, you'll see a lot of people say in there, oh, it looks great, it looks great. Well, I can tell you, You think it looks great because you watched it on a phone, okay? If you would have watched it on a big computer monitor, on a big screen TV, you could see the flaws, okay? This thing does not, the gimbal does not work well with vibration, okay? The Hero, this is a Hero 6 Black. This thing actually kills this using it for a dash cam. If you want to use a dash cam, this is way better than this. This doesn't lose its focus when there's any vibration, if there's serious vibration going on. And this is not even the 7, this is the 6. Because I actually made a video with this one going reverse of this, but I just didn't post it yet. But this doesn't do any of the out of focus stuff that the Osmo Pocket did. Now, the Osmo Pocket's great for walking around and doing that kind of stuff, but using it as a dash cam, when it would hit a pothole, the focus would go completely blurry and stuff like that. But you can't see that when you're watching the video on a phone. You could only see that if you had it on a big screen, you know. Then you would notice it. But on a phone, you're not going to even see those little flaws in that. So, yeah, this thing wasn't really good under the vibration test. It kind of crapped out. And another reason I'm not doing a comparison video. Let me turn this on. Okay. And we're going to start recording. Now, one of the other reasons I'm not doing a comparison video is because you see that sink over there. Now, I have the Hero 6 Black running, and there's a sink full of water, right? Okay. There it goes, right in the sink. Now, I guarantee you, it's still recording. I don't know how well you can see that under the water, but it's still working. Now, do you think that I'm going to do that with that thing? No, see, that's why it's not fair to compare these things, okay? It's not fair to compare the two cameras because they're two totally different types of cameras. Yeah, you can compare the picture quality, which I've seen hundreds of these videos from all these big YouTubers, and it looks so close. It's the only thing I think the GoPro might have going for it as far as that is that it has the wider angle lens. But then if you put it too big, you get the fisheye and all that. Okay, so we just saw that go in the water, and it's still ticking, and it don't even have the case. This is the GoPro 6. It doesn't even need the case down to, what, 10 feet or something like that, right? Okay, so then you can walk out here and take it and whip it off the couch, and it's still going to work. You know, I can drop it there on the floor, and it's still going to work. Yeah, it's still recording, no problem. I could even take this little golf club right here and set it down here and give it a whack with the golf club, right? Oh, and guess what? It's still recording. The light's still flashing. Okay? Everything's still going. Screen's not broke. Toss it back in the sink. Still going strong. Okay, so comparing these cameras is not fair. Okay, period. GoPro's a great camera. Great camera. And so is that. That's a great camera too. It's just that you have to buy a lot of crap to keep it going. Okay. So there you go. That's my rant on the Osmo. Oh, the GoPro's still running. See that? Okay, so maybe I'll put the footage of the being whacked with the golf club at the end. But anyway, guys, so that's what I was getting at. It's just that, you know, it's a great camera, but their profit margin, they weren't going to be able to bring it in at the price point they wanted, so they had to go with this free-to-play model and gouge you with all the ups and add-ons. And that's just the way it's going to be. I mean, there's no going back from that now unless they come out with the, you know, super duper edition. It has all this stuff bundled into one thing for $500 or something like that. You know, they'll cut you a break on some of the accessories. But who knows? It's a great camera. I've walked around with it and shot a lot of video with this already. It's very stable, very clear picture. And they increase the microphone is way better than it was the day I got it. When I was shooting video out of it the day I opened the box, the sound was terrible. And I put the upgrade on, the update on, and the sound was a lot better. Okay, so the sound is a lot better already. I don't know how you can fix a microphone in firmware, but you know, these geniuses at DJI, they know how to do all kinds of stuff. All right, guys, I will throw the GoPro video in there from it being dropped in the sink and stuff. So there you go. Okay. Have a nice day. I have the Hero 6 Black running, and there's a sink full of water, right? There it goes, right in the sink. Now I guarantee you, I don't know how well you can see that under the water, but it's still working. Now, do you think that I'm going to do that with that thing? No, see, that's why it's not fair to compare these things. We just saw that go in the water, and it's still ticking, and it don't even have the case. This is the GoPro 6. It doesn't even need the case down to, what, 10 feet or something like that, right? Okay, so then you can walk out here and take it off the couch, and it's still going to work. You know, I can drop it there on the floor, and it's still going to work. Yeah, it's still recording, no problem. I could even take this little golf club right here and set it down here and give it a whack with the golf club. Right? Oh, and guess what? It's still recording. The light's still flashing. Okay? Everything's still going. Screen's not broke. Still going strong. Okay, so comparing these cameras